Hello, Janice.
Hi, Anthony.
Today we're going to discuss the 3 bad Bitcoin inheritance plans. I mean, I don't know that we or anybody else has really figured out the perfect, good Bitcoin inheritance plan, but maybe we can get to that point sort of by process of elimination. And today we'll discuss 3 common suggestions, actually, which are actually kind of bad Bitcoin inheritance plans. So we'll talk about those 3 and why they're not so great. Yeah.
All right. We'll weed out the bad stuff to get you to a good plan, right?
Hopefully, we'll see.
Yeah.
One day.
One day. We're getting there.
All right. I mean, I kind of can't believe this is a plan, but I kind of understand it. And one of the plans is to just share your private keys with somebody. So your private keys is like your secret password that whoever has those 12 or 24 words has complete and unfettered access to your Bitcoin. Okay?
So you want to give them the whole thing.
Right. So this is just terrible security while you're living. Meaning there's somebody out there who has unbridled access to all of your Bitcoin. There's no limitations on that. So why would people do this? Because they just want. I understand the rationale makes sense because if nobody has your passwords when you pass away, your seed phrase, then your Bitcoin could potentially just be lost forever. I get that,
right?
And you want to avoid that. Totally agree. We want to avoid that. But giving your seed phrase 100% to somebody, a spouse, an adult child, best friend, whatever. It's just not a good plan. It's just really terrible security. And then the objection is, but I trust my wife. I trust my kids.
Absolutely.
I'm sure you do.
Yes, absolutely.
Have you heard of a divorce?
I think so. Yeah.
Have you heard of a spurned or angry? Has your wife or spouse, whichever way it goes, gotten really angry at you and done irrational things ever?
No. Okay. Never.
Have your children ever disappointed you? That's
no,
kind
my
of a
children
downer,
are perfect.
But let's be honest.
Right. I've heard of others who have disappointing children. Yes, have that.
I have a recent example. I'm going to try to find the link of adult son, who went so far as to poison his father to render him comatose so he could log into his computer and get his Bitcoin. And his excuse was, I only thought it would make him sleep a few hours.
But wow. All right.
Yeah. So you could put that guy in the column of disappointing children, I suppose.
Yes. But if the dad didn't know that was going to be a problem and handed everything over.
Yeah,
right.
No, they were pals. Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, okay, so these are all, kind of dastardly. And if you're thinking, my spouse would never, even in a divorce, my spouse would never drain my account, or my son will never poison me, or, whatever. Fine. What about carelessness? Yeah. Right? What if your spouse or adult child is just not as good at security with your seed phrase as you are? And, I thought it was a good idea to take a photo of it and keep that on my phone, or to upload it to Dropbox, or email it to myself.
Send it myself an email with all the information.
Nope.
Right.
And I know you think, I'll warn them. We'll get into that next.
Right. Sure. Yeah.
So even if it's not about a malicious ex-spouse or a drug-addicted, drugging child. Right.
It
could just be carelessness. So
it could just be
sharing a full
copy
of your private keys is not a great idea. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about, on a related note, sometimes people, a lot of folks are saying, well, my plan is to make sure that my heirs are educated on how this works. I'm just going to educate my heirs.
Oh, okay.
That's great. Let me ask you this, listener, who's pretty knowledgeable about Bitcoin. How long did it take you to accumulate your current level of Bitcoin knowledge? How many mistakes did you go through to get to where you are now? How many, blog posts or forum posts did you dive into for hours? How many YouTube videos, whatever?
Yep.
How many books before you got to the level of understanding you have now? I'm guessing it's more than a little. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, how many blog or podcasts have we done? And we're still learning.
Unless you are like the world's greatest teacher, and you can encapsulate that and get that into somebody's head in 1 or 2 conversations, there's no way your heirs are going to be able to match the level of custodial security that you probably have and expect. You just got to understand that there's that asymmetry between what you know and what they know.
Yep.
Okay. And if you thinking, I'll teach them, I'll be patient, and they seem willing. Look, unless they want to know it, They're never going to know it to the level that you do. I talk about this all the time, our episodes, right?
Yep.
My spouse is like, wait, what did you say? I didn't know that. It's been like years. And I don't blame her,
It's not her thing, and that's okay. Yeah.
So the notion that, just say it out loud for a second. Oh yeah, when I pass away, my wife is going to know how to reconstitute my sharded passphrase and, move my BIP39 wallet to a new hardware wallet and be able to make sure that she doesn't mess up any of my UTX. That's just not going to happen. Just listen to yourself. Yeah. Sorry, this is not directed at you, Janice, but rather the hardcore
No, because as
listener.
you're saying that,
you're
saying that, you see my eyes glass over and I'm like, I have no idea what he's talking about. Yeah.
So look, you got to understand I'm just going to educate them. It's just not realistic.
Right.
And you know what? I'm coming from a point of knowledge about just educating somebody about probate. Right? When we say, like, when you think, my nephew will be my executor. This is not even Bitcoin related. This is estate related. Oh, my nephew will be my executor. He'll figure it out. They can't even figure that out, which is really basic compared to Bitcoin.
Right. And at least that has a lot of stuff online.
Exactly.
Right. Bitcoin is still evolving and we're still learning how to do it. Yeah.
So the notion that you're going to, just educate them or they'll just figure it out. Oh my goodness.
That's no.
And then, okay, so even if by some miracle that you have the most willing pupil and who really wants to know it, what is their stamina? Are they going to keep up to date to the same extent you are? Are they going to know what Taproot is? Are they going to know how to do multi-sig when that becomes easier? Are they going to understand Lightning? Are they going to keep up their knowledge? It's because yeah.
Oh, no, I was going to say, because if you're sitting at dinner and you explain how all of this works and then they never look at it again, and let's say they pass 5-10 years later, everything you learned at dinner that night is completely obsolete, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Even 1 month from now.
Yep. 100%. Exactly.
Yeah. Good point.
So again, unless you have somebody, you got to make it so easy for them, or you need to find somebody who's going to be equally, or at least reasonably up to date and willing to learn and stay up to date. All right. And lastly, even if you're able to cram in a minimum amount of knowledge into your heirs' head, when you pass away, it's a super stressful time. They're grieving. There's like a million things to do, and now they have to recall. I have to reconstitute the seed phrase. What am I doing now? Who has parts A and B? And come on.
It's a stressful time. I mean,
but look, Janice and I have seen it. People can't.
Yeah.
I'm not blaming anyone. I'm not saying this person is unintelligent. I'm just saying it's the nature of the circumstances. People have a hard time closing a bank account. People have a hard time figuring out how to get the IRA. These are relatively sort of normal things to do. If you put on top of that, like something that is completely foreign to them, you're just creating a recipe for disaster.
You're sad, you're stressed, you've got family pressures, you're also probably
family and
working,
money all bickering with each other, or not even bickering, but sort of passive aggressively emailing each other. Come on.
Exactly. And then you're probably working and you have a family and all this stuff on top, and then now you have to remember that one conversation at dinner 3 years ago. Ooh.
Well, okay, maybe you don't. So then that comes to our final bad Bitcoin inheritance plan. Oh, they don't have to remember. I'm going to leave them the best instructions in the world. It's like 1, 2, 3. Just follow these steps. Boom, you'll have possession of the Bitcoin. It's a treasure map.
Okay.
It's the same. I mean, I'm going to be a bit repetitive here, but it's the same concepts. First of all, any document like that will be out of date way faster than you expect. And unless you want to spend your life updating this thing
all the time,
you might want a better plan. And this, by the way, this applies to wills, revocable trusts, everything. It's not just specific to Bitcoin, although it's exacerbated by Bitcoin because of, as you mentioned, the pace at which things change.
But
even with a will, you'd be surprised at how fast wills go out of date and don't match your current wishes.
Yeah.
And again, the only alternative, if you're going to rely on a static document, is to constantly be updating that document. And just very few people do that.
Yeah.
So again, going back to the treasure map, why isn't that a good idea? Like I'm going to give the best step-by-step instructions. Either you will have to have educated your heirs to the point where they can still digest and execute those instructions. again, for reasons we discussed it before, it's just unlikely. Or you're putting them in a position where they're going to have to rely on a trusted third party of their choice.
Yep.
And if you're into Bitcoin, you're probably not into that. And
right.
You probably want to avoid that if possible.
Exactly.
And again, repetitive. Heirs are grieving, stressed, have a lot of stuff going on. And for them to follow this treasure map, it's just... I don't know how many different ways to put it. It's just not realistic.
No, it's going to be hard on them. And are they really going to follow the instructions perfectly if they have all these other stressors?
And
right?
especially in this situation where the downside of a misstep is either, all that Bitcoin going missing or getting stolen. It's not like you can, okay, worst case scenario, I'll be on the phone a long time with the bank to get it undone. Like that doesn't exist, right? We all understand that, right?
No. Yeah, not with Bitcoin, no.
Yeah. So for those reasons, let's look at some other solutions. Right now, multi-sig is looking like a good solution. I'm not pretending I have the perfect solution, but I'm just trying to point out the holes in what we have now. So I'm kind of like not really helping, right?
Well, no, this definitely helps because, some people might be thinking, oh, I'll just hand it over. And then you've brought up a good point of, oh, no, well, like you said, this is changing all the time. And maybe people have more questions or they have some information they want to share with us, right? Because we're still learning with them. That's what the comments are for. Please leave us some information. And then we're also trying the Bitcoin tipping. Maybe you can explain that a bit, just a little bit to help us keep going, do some research and let us know that you're listening.
Yeah, I don't know. So this is I think we have both on-chain and Lightning links. Mm-hmm. So just to, again, let us know that you're listening, give us a little bit of a nudge of encouragement. Sats. Fractions of cents, just to let us know you're out there and to keep us going.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Thank you, Janice, as always. Thanks, everyone, for listening. And, look forward to talking about this more. Talk soon next time.
Talk soon.